Kocho right here, he mentioned something quite interesting earlier. When we were talking about the wind conditions, he said Navi needs to understand that, you know, it's not gonna be the victory won't really come from only the EXP lane, right? Even though they're really good, you have to keep in mind the real carries that will carry a big team fight. So CC Farsa, already quite a good combo, but not a lot of setup here compared to Onyx with the Tsushin and the Arlet. There you go. As we talk about it though, there comes the Kalea, so good deal of burst damage available here for Navi to play that pick-off style.
So, I think they're just now going to eliminate a lot of heroes on that jungle, right, from side of Onyx. So, yeah, really asking a question towards Andorio and testing, just trying to push the limit here from side of Onyx. It seems like with the Gato Gacha, man, it's natural, right? You got a Kalea, you got a Farsa, and Onyx, they will not ban the jungler. Instead, they will limit the gold laner here towards Chive.
They want to take away that instant kill with the Kalea usually, especially with Farsa already picked up there. It'll be quite a struggle for Onyx to deal with it, knowing that they don't really have any frontliners, and that's why now V are just banking on the bans of the frontliners. Got the Patra comes out, the Hylos as well. Got that also being a really good pick against the Kalea. So it's like Navi are playing their game, and they're not really trying to counter Onyx. They want to play their game more in the second phase here. Same goes for Onyx. It's like, we'll just go game for game. We won't go for counter picks.
Exactly, just brute force it. That's why Navi are banning away these two heroes that are tanky, but more importantly, they can go into the role position, right? Because with the Arlet already shown up here, they're going to need something beefy in that role position if they want to play safe and not fall victim to those big tsunami slams. And with the final Joy ban as well, Granger is the option that Navi goes for. Good combination of burst and the range here for Navi. So they can even scout and harass from a distance here. They got quite a flexible lineup going on.
With this composition, it looks like Navi kind of are forced to play utility jungle. They already have a lot of damage output, and there's no real front line. The obvious choice would be the Hayabusa for Endoryu, but would it be too greedy? Because if they lose out early against this comp with the Hayabusa, it'll be real tough. Onyx looking to... I'm really going for the boss. With the Yisun Shin, it gets really tough now, actually, right? Usually you want to go for the Harith. It's banned out by them, though. Did they just go... What are we thinking here, boys?
Something to purify, that's for sure. Claude? Okay, there you go.
A lot. Okay, so another hero that can die, right?
Badang and safety as well.
Badang is available. It's a good choice with the girl.
All right. I was thinking that the crowd control immunity of the Grok might work out here, but again, this Grok is going to be good against physical damage and crowd control, but there's more than that at Navi's disposal right now, and the good one is Fredrin. Just get more setup. They need that beefy frontline, like you mentioned, Mirko.
The only utility jungler left, well, there's a Kai too, but not a fan. Fredrin picked up for Navi. It is a classic Aldo draft, in my opinion. Nothing too crazy, just solid stuff on the board for Navi. But Onyx have built themselves a very, very high mobility composition. Like, Onyx can attack from different angles, man. Everyone wants to dive. Even the Eastern Shin here, and the Claude, even their marksman wants to dive in. What do you think, lineup-wise, Arashi? Navi or Onyx?
I feel like in normal circumstances, Navi's would look a lot more consistent, but knowing that this is Onyx here, the fact that they have two big setups for a big team fight, and they got a lot of cryo going for them, I feel like I gotta give my vote to Onyx for this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be diving into the land of Dawn. You can see the Garuda wings of MPLID bring us right here into the matchup of the two yellow teams. Here we go. Game number 1 in the comeback for week 4 in the MPL Arena.
Mobile Legends.
Boys, I'm so hyped. Onyx versus Navi, let's see. It seems like just a small spell check. Nothing too crazy or nothing too out of the ordinary. Just the clickers here and there.
Get the veteran and the young blood here again. It's definitely for Andoryu to prove to us that he can match up to Kyrie. And on the Yisun Shin, this is by all means a carry hero, but he also has angles in the late game. So Navi, they can't really afford to lose their cool here. They need to play calm and calculated all the way to the end. Look at this contest here by Keyboy as well. Doesn't really get it. Look at the emblems by Games Max. Agility, Wilderness Blessing for both Keyboy and Sans. Again, rotations and setups. That's the name of the game for Onyx, and that's what they're able to use to get so much value. For Navi, pull yourself together for both Ukir and Afro actually. So that's a peculiar option for the Farsa. maybe he has, outplays in his mind.
Yeah, good stuff here. Skylar has to go Warrior Boots instantly. And the battle for movement. Sans and Keyboy going for agility and wilderness blessing. Really looking to control the mid lane, but it's actually Na'Vi who are holding it now. Big question I have right now for Onyx is can they utilize Skylar's signature pick on Claude, right? Back in the days, at least when he was playing for RRQ, it was always play for Skylar, protect Mr. President whenever he's on Claude, Natan. It's a different style already for Onyx. They're not really going to funnel into Skylar on the Claude.
It really feels like they're going to be able to just because there's so much more problems for Na'Vi to think about. It's not just Skylar on the Claude. Remember, again, the Kyrie on the Yi Sun-shin, Lupi on the Arlet. There's so many heroes that can demand card control from Na'Vi that can allow Skylar to get a massive blazing duet. Better airstrike already used up though.
Yeah, that's early. That's Energy Purify popped as well. Let's see the turtle.
Whoa.
He's on it. That's going to be Andoryu collecting it, but that's a final slash. Locking a lot of members down. Keyboy will be the first one to fall here. Lupi now quite isolated, forced to use that flicker, and is able to get away. A great win for Na'Vi, and it seems like they want to get the flicker spent. Skylar and Shiva in the mid lane. It seems like they will concede that purple buff.
Mid prio is so important, and you get to see it here. Na'Vi utilize it instantly onto the turtle. They go for the burst. They had proper control. A solid draft from Na'Vi that brings them Turtle 1. And Onyx are forced back. Time prediction by Gope. Everybody, except for Mirko. Oh, I've got Na'Vi. I trust in Aldo. I trust in the boy. Keyboy was looking for the play. Oh, unlucky Tsunami Slam. Keyboy gets out. Doesn't even need the tectonic charge. But Arashi, talk us through that Turtle 1.
Well, now we have Cryo first of all, and they also have the fighter jungler. And you're seeing how they're able to move forward and push Onyx away from the neutral objective. Because again, they have ways to kind of mitigate that pick of styles from Na'Vi. But mainly it's just Keyboy, right? So if Keyboy's skills are on cooldown, he himself is quite vulnerable. And Kyrie can't really move up to try and get that red tree win. So I feel like Na'Vi played well for the win condition. And Onyx themselves are the ones who kind of forced it, knowing that they have an assassin slash marksman jungler. They went for the risk, and it really didn't pay off for them.
Not at all. Now, can Na'Vi build upon this lead is the question. They've been quite questionable whenever they get the leads usually. It's been very brawly. But that was also when Andoryu gets his hands on assassin junglers that kind of need to be a bit more brawly. On the utility jungle, it's so slow, and that's where you get the full value of the Kalea. You can go for pickoffs, take that one, back away, and then play with the advantage. Na'Vi playing it super slow. This is unlike the Na'Vis we've seen in the past who just wants to go guns blazing. Even when they recall Rebellion, they're always a team-fighting team. Now starting up the turtle.
First one was for Na'Vi. Will it be the same? Oh, boy! Like a big tectonic charge. That's a blazing duet with the follow-up. That's getting Kyrie this time, equalizing on the mutate. Shiva going in! Good beat by the big final slash, and that will be the end of Ukir. And Andoryu Onyx this time around will find the big win. Na'Vi, Shiva all alone is able to keep his distance, but yeah, what a win.
Classic Onyx recovery. That's why you can never really let your guard down against the final boss. You can win Turtle 1, heck, you can win 3 turtles, and they'll still be lingering. They have those double health bars when you get them down.
And they know their win conditions, man. The engage by Keyboy there, as expected. And also, the patience from Lupi to hold off on the final slash. Oh, look at his dive go.
That's the final slash. On towards Cars. Still able to juggle from that third damage, but Cars is able to get away. Take a look at the reverse side, though. That's going to be calculated a lot of resources. Fans! Tectonic charge just to escape. That's worth for Onyx. Oh, Shiva! Angle! Wow, cheeky kill there. And Avi actually was able to get the win. Skylar in trouble, half HP. That's a stun, that's a taunt. Uh-oh, blazing duet forced to be used. That stun's knocking Andoryu up, but that's about it. Andoryu looking to steal now. They will not commit. They will back away, but they will get the structure bottom side surely.
We got a game in our hands, man. Shiva has truly leveled up. Like, he's been the backbone of Na'Vi for the longest time, but the last few matches, last few games we've seen from him, even in the scrim he had with BTRP, shout out to Luke, he was the main man for Na'Vi.
The artist prediction obviously favoring Onyx, just like the town prediction. But Navi are still staying in it.
Doing so well right there. Being able to make Onyx pay for their transgressions, that's great, but now they have the lane control as well. You're seeing Shive already sent away to try and control the wave even more. The confidence to move there in the enemy side of the jungle and, without backup, that's kind of crazy, man. Onyx already on the turtle though, what will they do?
But it seems like they have committed 5 members on that turtle pit. There's in the area though. There's like Spring Kyrie, call retribution. Oh, final flash, right? Luffy isolated, and that's gonna be Luffy. Boy, jumps in with a 6 charge. Damage though from the side of Navi, enough to deal with the frontliners of Onyx. Will they get the mid? Kyrie is on it, looking for that defense. Navi looking to dive. It seems like they will concede their mid structure. That's a big win for Navi Nation.
We're seeing Navi go back to their roots. This is what really impressed me for Navi when they initially made the debut of Endorio and Ukir. They know exactly how to tackle games when they're behind. They know exactly what to utilize in every single fight. Here, they know they're going to lose out the Red Key battle. Kyrie was a whole 2 levels ahead of Endorio when the turtle started. So he didn't even use their entry to go for it. He went for initially the engage, get in the taunt, get in the setup for the Feather Airstrike, and then he backed away Arashi to peel for their backline. And it's a great move by Navi overall. Just go for that front-to-back team fight. Because remember, there's a big difference right in the mid lane. Farm is not a damage dealer on the Sushin, not in the same way a Farsa is. So when Navi play a front-to-back composition, they have the benefit of Shiva being freely outputting a ton of damage and also having that Farsa. They can throw out all these AoE, get multiple people stunned here. He's just having so much more presence in the team fights in a way that Sans can really get in a skirmish. Man, and the Navi is doing a great job just denying Onyx from all those small skirmishes that they would really want to really get ahead here in this game.
That's why we gotta shout out all the really good CC players who play front to back. And we gotta diss all the really bad CC players who get a lead early and think they're assassins and play to dive into the back line. I'm talking about you, Sheffin. The 1,000 gold lead, just playing with the strength. The strength is really there. That slow tempo fight is inhibited Onyx dive completely.
And to remember that Onyx themselves, again, they don't have a frontliner, right? For the most part, it's just Keyboy. And when he goes in front, him and Lutpi, they want to be diving in. So the backline has been vulnerable. And you saw Lutpi and Keyboy, they cannot take damage for all that long at all. So they have to try and use their mobility, but like you mentioned, Miracle, Navi playing the slow style denies it. Navi having the taunt, the Tsunami Slam, and all these tools denies it.
Tsunami Slam, Feather Airstrike, that's a combo. Seems like careful there, that's a lemon clear defensive one. Seems like with that trade, Navi will be able to control of that river. Now we can see Onyx looking for an angle. That's a stun. Not connecting. That's going to be Skylar jumping, and that's a purified up. Gotta be careful. That's a BMI towards the back door. You did not connect the Princess Wrath towards Sans, and it's another reset again. Navi winning the trades.
The kite is so clean by Navi. The off angle, the tack's a good move by Keyboy, placing that wall down to delay the Navi take. Doesn't look like Onyx are in no position to go for the contest though. I don't even think Kyrie wants to go in. Yeah, he knows. And Eastern Shin isn't meant to just trace this forward and retry. It's Navi with Lord 1 through their discipline and their really creative angles.
They were chasing that Onyx, but they do not get baited, man. A lot of teams, when they see Onyx so vulnerable like that, they would want to try and get more. But Navi, understanding that they have so much sustain from the Kalia, built in from the CC on the War Axe, they have the Fredrin built in healing as well. They understood that we can take these short skirmishes, get half HP, and still stick on the mutual objective. Onyx can't do that. So Navi, again, this is a next level understanding of their win conditions, and they're using it really, really well. With this Lord coming through, they can force a front-to-back again onto Onyx, and force Onyx to use some of their spells onto the Lord. It's looking really good for Navi right now.
Really solid stuff from Navi. The machine doing work too. 1-0-2, 1,800 ahead of Lutfi, despite the CC advantage of Onyx. Well, initially in the draft at least, before we saw the Kalea Fredrin, it was great for the Arlet. But then after seeing these lockdown heroes, you can try to get those vengeance resets, but when you're constantly taunted, knocked up, and then Tsunami Slam down to the ground, and then Curtain Call, it gets really tough. Oh, shot, Shiva!
Gotta be careful. Oh, that's a left pick roar doing work as well. Up the mid. Kyrie is free in the bottom side of the map. Will recall. Oh, that's a final slash. All towards Afro. Under the turret. That's going to be the top though. Looking to get out, but that's Skylar. 1 HP. And Ukir finds an angle. Now Cars will not be able to escape. And Shibe is able to protect and recollect. That's Ukir. Feathered airstrike zoning members of Onyx away.
Man, that's a great move. Honestly, Onyx, they're on the back foot and they're able to force Na'Vi to go for a desperate fight because they sent Kyrie on a split push mission. All things considered, the turret finally does fall. No, it doesn't.
Wow. Yeah, give it up for Onyx for being able to defend that turret with a composition. Well, at least the ones that are alive, who aren't really too good at wave clearing, man. Let's take a look at the replay again, presented to you by our official tournament smartphone, Samsung Galaxy S25 series. It started with an attempt by Afro. He really tried to get that tsunami snap, but this is why you need to calculate the Purify cooldown. I think he was still under the assumption that it was down, and that really costed Na'Vi. Good moves, though, mechanically by Ukir.
Yeah.
Flickering out, that could have been bad. A tectonic charge over. If it was a kill, maybe tier 1 here in the mid lane for Na'Vi would have been taken down.
Well, there's that flicker out, and also the fact that he was able to get that final hit on the Skylar to secure the kill. It made the whole trade a 2 for 2. So initially, without that play, Onyx would have gotten a 2-for-1 trade and kept their base turret. So I think Na'Vi did a great job, but I think now they need to be aware of the wave situation, right? It's not enough to be able to pressure Onyx because they're understanding that Onyx won't easily be pressured to going for reckless fights. They seem to have set up the wave on top for a slow push. There's going to be a minion advantage there. So Na'Vi, they're playing this slow game, and now Onyx are going to be forced on that big question. Do they want to go for the engage, or do they want to slowly but surely be forced to fight 5v4?
It's going to be tough for Onyx to deal with this. Afro, this time going to go on good pick.
Looking for the engage. That's a tsunami slam. Feather airstrike. That's info. That's a great 3-man tom, but no clear fall. That, gotta be careful. That's Lutfi jumping in. T-Boy will be the first one to fall on it. Skylar looking for an angle. That's the towards the back by Skylar. That's a cancellation though. Skylar stunned up. That's going to be Skylar down off the board, and on it, they're scrambling. His Saz and Kyrie will be just zoned away.
Wow. Clean by Na'Vi. Not even the blazing duet from Scala could take him down.
I thought for a second there, that was the moment, but look at this. They're going for the Lord, and they're going for the base turret. Unfinished business by Na'Vi in the mid lane. And Andoryu, again, on low HP, can stick on that Lord. They are using all of the weapons Aldo has given them so efficiently. Oh, dude, 83%!
83% our AI prediction presented by Samsung Galaxy S25 series. Oh, yikes. Na'Vi, the machine, Afro, Ukir, and Doryu, and XPTR man Shiva are doing an amazing job. Phenomenal stuff here. Man, that was just so clean. We gotta give him props always, man. Whenever you see a team play to this level against Onyx and Indo, levels.
Red tree used by Andoryu. Sans no purify yet. He is in a tough spot.
Let's see what Na'Vi do.
Say Afro has the flicker in 3 seconds. Now the Lord will be the main priority. Afro has that flicker and tsunami slam play. Seems like their call is just be patient here. Let's not force things out. 6,000 gold lead against Onyx. Not like you can get that every day. Purify already spot. It's going to be also the final slash committed, so just one remaining base turret for Onyx.
Ideally, I think Na'Vi wants this one as well. Oh, Lutfi!
That's the tsunami slam. More Lutfi. Placing leg from Skylar with the wind of nature finding the members of Na'Vi. 2 members off the board. The Na'Vi Nation are nervous.
Oh man, that was unfortunate. Shiva maneuvered so well, but he saved the flicker and he didn't account for the crit from Kai on the passive. That was just so close. The miscalculation a bit, and now Na'Vi are on the back foot. But look at the wave down below. They gotta handle that. I believe it's still okay, it's not big. It gets handled by Skylar. 2 base turrets down, but the Sky Kings have held on to their far lane base turret, which means they should be able to contest for the next one.
Unfortunately for Na'Vi, they were really desperate to get that final base turret, but Onyx used it against them. Again, the move from Kyrie there to sneakily get some more damage onto Shive. That was almost a clean fight from Na'Vi, with the HP bars from Sonic getting ever so low. But look at this, man. At 16 minutes here, Skylar is catching up, already full items, and Shiva has just lost a bunch of stacks on that Sky Piercer. So hey, slowly but surely, even though Onyx don't really have a strong late game, quote unquote, they do have two marksmen. So the damage output is still there. It depends on how the fights really go, and shows you again that Onyx, they know the possibilities here, and they don't lose their cool.
But Na'Vi hasn't lost her cool either. I wonder how many stacks Sans is sitting on the Sky Piercer here, because he has 2 kills. I wonder if it's 2 kills on the Sky Piercer, or if it's just 1 right now. Shiva definitely got a big hit on the Sky Piercer stacks that he was building to. You would hope for at least more than 30 at this point of the game, but he is setting at 20 around there. Ooh, Doryu, no dash.
That's a mistake there with the barrier. Doryu will be able to dash away though. Nothing too critical just yet here. 2,500 gold lead here, 17 minutes. Let's see with that, will it be of use? Seems like both teams are playing it slow. Bottom side are pushing for Na'Vi though.
Yeah, the wave is slowly pushing up, and again, Na'Vi with the sustain advantage and the poke advantage, they don't have to force a fight, but Andoryu is making some aggressive moves.
That's a knockup. That's a better strike. Final slash. Great combination. Very low for Andoryu. Oh, that's a great stun from Onyx. Na'Vi now re-engaging. Oh, the tectonic charge by T-Boy. Shive isolated and taken down. Good night, Afro and Shive, as Onyx, against all odds, they have found the angle on their winning condition.
Doesn't matter how much of a lead you have. When you're up against the final boss of ID, you gotta play it perfect. One mistake, a slight one, and it's a capitalization. Onyx waited for the Evolved Lord to spawn, sending Luke back. Car is doing a lot of damage.
Doryu now looking for an angle. That's Cars though.
Oh,
Repossession! Tyler, with the blazing duet, is able to find a member, and that will be the end of Cars and Andoryu, and Lord will be for the yellow porcupines.
And that's the big moment, man. Onyx now with the gold lead. Even the wave on the bottom side gets handled by Lutpi. So they account for all variables, and they have done it now. 3K ahead, Skylar selling his boots for the Windtalker. They're going for a final big play, and Na'Vi, they need to understand that Shive has to stay alive. It's the main priority at this point, and they're going to be fighting Onyx. It has caught up in gold. It has the Lord with them with a damage reduction.
that's why you can never count Onyx out again. They got that clutch factor, man. Keyboy, phenomenal tectonic charge to find Shiva, and then the instant initiation from the rest of the team. Shiva swapped his items a bit too late. Unfortunately, that was the only nitpick you could really, find in that performance earlier. But now Onyx, it really all relies on how they utilize the Evolved Lord. Unfortunately for Onyx, I don't think this will be the end, unless they can get a pick off on Na'Vi. But again, you can see how smart Na'Vi are playing this. They know how powerful an Evolved Lord is. They're not going to walk out inside of the base. They're probably going to give this tier 2 in the mid lane in trade for a little bit of poke onto this Evolved Lord. I think at this point, they're going to have to sacrifice the base turret down below. They cannot take a fight against this Onyx lineup with the Evolved Lord.
I think, will they be able to defend after Onyx defended 2 lords from their side? So their strike deployed there. Doryu and friends are just prioritizing it. They take the lord down now. What they need to prioritize is save as many as base turrets. Onyx with the conceal looking for an angle. Seems like they just want the base turret in the mid. They will get it though now. More offense from the yellow porcupines, looking to destroy their last remaining base turret. That's the Tsunami Slam. Responds with the immunity. That's a feather airstrike though, committed. Onyx, they should not force this one. Okay, looking for an angle. Very, very just cheeky there, but seems like Na'Vi and Onyx will remain with 5 players respectively.
They got the value they were looking for, Onyx. 3 base turrets. Now they're the ones who hold the advantage. And it's the far lane that's most important. The mid and top, it's more of an equalizer, but having defended their own base turret in the last few sieges of Na'Vi, and now cracking open that base turret down below, means that it'll be always free for Onyx in the bottom lane. Slow pushing constantly.
And obviously, that's the X factor, the Tsunami Slam. They've had the setup advantage again and again, but they have been the ones engaging and initiating some of these fights. I think they're gonna play them in a bit more measured fashion. They're moving to the top side right now. Again, now Onyx has the advantage, and they're taking their time with this.
That wave, man, in the bottom lane, they so annoying. Keep on letting it go. And Navi, unfortunately, don't. Oh!
Sounds clear and clear. So Feather Edge Strike also committed, so it's got to be a great reaction. So
Cars.
Soccer Cars
Oh.
gives Tsunami Slam. No immortality for Lutfi. Knocked up is huge, and that's going to be Andoryu finding the kill. That's going to be Kiboy and Lutfi off the board.
Wave.
Gotta be careful. Wave is coming in the bottom side, and Skylar has immortality. And now it's 5v3 though for Navi Nation.
There's a massive wave in the bottom lane, but the wave spawned just in time too, and Navi get all the value. They win out the fight. They have a wave spawning to deal with the build-up wave, and Kai has to recall. Navi are looking for the end.
30 seconds on Lutfi, 35 on Keyboy. They gotta handle this mid-wave. On Shocker Pop, seems like they will be able to. For this one, Nandoryu surely knocked up, stunned again. Not enough damage though to really be a threat towards Brethren. And it's a reset.
It looks like a bad call. Is it a bad call, Arashi?
I feel like certainly going for the Lord would be the better angle, but they were able to pressure Onyx from making any moves, and they were able to clear the wave on the bottom side. And the two casualties from Onyx still aren't up. It's actually not a bad move at all.
Kai.
For an angle, no window was available for Kai to find that steal. So it will be another defense for Onyx.
Beautifully done.
With the Lord, though, this time, the front to back from RV is just that much scarier. They gotta escort it, man. They cannot allow Onyx to kind of shred it down before the big moment. Conceal from Afro.
Oh, Skylar.
No flicker though from Afro. So hanging on that Tsunami Slam. Kyrie forcing recall. So they will defend with 4, technically with Keyboy off angle. Another strike. Tectonic charge cancel from the back. Big stun and the final slash. The combination from Onyx. They have to deal with the Lord though. Will it be enough? No Skylar to defend. Now Navi looks to force the issue. That's going to be Cars trying to take a peek, take a jab on the turret. But that's a big double from Saz. And Onyx have defended 3 Lords in this game.
Give it to him. That's Keyboy. What a tectonic charge. Wow. Flashback to the M5 World Championship when he was able to turn a 12,000 goal lead from AP Brent to a win on his Tigreal. Now it's on a Grok, a revamped one. With an Evolved Lord, Navi wasn't able to end. Now it's just a machine.
I'd say the machine will not be able to do much. Just perhaps fire time, but that's a godlike. And ladies and gentlemen, after defending 3 Lords in this game, the Yellow Porcupines will secure game 1.
The Sky Kings live in the clutch. They are the clutch. T-Boy. Damn.
Oh, man, that was a game, man. We said it before. If Navi are able to make it close to put up a fight against Onyx, that in itself is a win. And they almost took a game win there against a very good, a clean-looking Onyx that weren't making too many mistakes. Unfortunately, in the deepest moment of the clutch, that's where Onyx find that big moment, man. Navi did not see it coming.
T-Boy. Time and time again. Oh, man. We got to take a look at the replay there of the
Don't forget Lutfi as well, dude.
Yeah, the capitalization from Lutfi was phenomenal. Shout out to him too. But he didn't have flicker at the final moment, so it really was all as to how Keyboy could get it first, right? He could walk up, he could capitalize, but if there wasn't the instant initiation from Keyboy, Navi would have won this game.
Yeah.
Wow. Just crisp, clean from Onyx in the end there. The experience that the team has, the veterancy of these players coming in handy.
Oh, man, dude. It's a great team effort from Onyx overall, man.
Yeah.
The set, the damage, the timing on the Blazing Duet as well. Unfortunately, at the end of the day, Onyx are the ones who want that kind of crazy, messy fight. And with the Lord, we thought that there was no way they can force that upon Na'Vi. But Keyboy was nowhere to be seen. He came in from the back out of nowhere. And just like that, they lost Shive again. And unfortunately, when you have such a good front-to-back composition, when the fights are not front-to-back, when Shive ends up being in the front, when
Ukir and Ukir.
exactly gets stuck in the front like that, it's not a front-to-back, man. You lose.
Wow. What an intelligent play. They took a risk, but they were able to, pay it off with great mechanics and just they're so sharp, man. That's why I love this team. Thank you.
When you get to that point, though, right? Like you have to make a risky move, and it's just how you pull it off. And again, like Gani said, they pull it off like it was just another day.
And they have been for quite some time.
Yeah, every time you think you're getting close to winning against Onyx,
Hey, Alter Ego did it though. Game 1.
they did.
Last week.
They did. Wow, well played to Alter Ego.
Should have been a 2-0.
Should have been, are strong words, my friend. But I believe the Sonics back at home, Sonics here in the building, are very happy, and they probably share the same opinion, Just unfortunate for Na'Vi. It looks so close, Getting just a game would have been great, but we kind of set the bar from the drafts from before that as well. If Na'Vi even get close to beating Onyx, this is crazy levels of improvement. And it just comes down to that late game where they need to, fix a few things, tweak a little here and there.
I feel like the move right there was to send cards maybe scout out. They needed to spot Keyboy one way or the other, man. Because, dude, again, the catalyst for all of these fights have been the tectonic charge.
Every time. The catch on Shive before the Lord too.
Yep.
When they got the first Evolve Lord, that really turned the game around. And then the clutch again of Keyboy coming in, getting that last one to win them the game. So let's go through it all again, Arashi. What happened, how did Andoryu and Na'Vi get the lead early?
This is a replay presented to you by the official tournament smartphone, the Samsung Galaxy S25 series. And you're seeing the great front-to-back moves, but you're seeing from 6 minutes here a bit of an inkling on how Onyx are processing this problem, right? They saw Shive doing a lot of damage. They know he has a Sky Piercer as well. He is definitely the main target. So you're seeing all the way from back here the fight's targeting Shive. If Shive did not get taken out there, it's a whole different fight. But I think Shive as well, you gotta be fair in criticism. He was pushing the limits a bit too much here. When you know that the team is a proper front to back and your win condition is the back line having windows and spaces to actually do damage, it's crazy. This blazing duet as well, dude, from Skylar. Man, the boldness from everyone from Onyx to really make these plays, even though it doesn't seem possible, that's what kind of kept Na'Vi guessing as well. At no point in the game did they seem like, okay, we're gonna win. They were always forced to consider, what if? And unfortunately, it wasn't even enough. The two main carries brought up to the front there. The one thing that Na'Vi had to avoid, Onyx really found. And the follow-up was on point, dude. Everyone just knew.
We gotta give more credit towards the follow-up there, right? Because if that was just a two-man tectonic charge, it would be just still Na'Vi winning, but the follow-up after was also just beautiful.
Great call there for whoever made that call. Maybe Keyboy, Look at me, or let go. And Indonesian making that call happen. Item-wise, 24-minute game. It was just, all around item swaps here and there. Unfortunately, Na'Vi in the clutch, they weren't able to swap their items in time a lot of times. Like Shive, the Immortality late buy when Tectonic Charge got him first. And Kai, 4-0 and 12. San, 7-0-9. I think more impressive for Yisun Shin, but wow.
In a game like that, not really getting pressure to try and do something, secure a kill. 0 deaths for Sans and Kyrie.
Dang, dude.
Oh man, what a tough one for Na'Vi as well. It was a great showing by all means. They can take pride in that performance, but can they recover mentally from a comeback defeat like that to try and do the same thing against Onyx in game number 2 here? Quick point though, Mirko, looking at some of the decisions before the game even began. If you were playing this Granger here, would you go for the Flicker or would you go for like a Purify?
I would still go Flicker.
even against Onyx and their playmaking, huh?
There's too much CC to deal with everything anyways, right? Like, if Grok walks up, you purify that, and then Arla comes in, Yisun Shin, Juicin picks you up. I'd much rather just be able to position back. You need a bit more mobility up against that composition. And it really depends though on how the rest of your team is. Individually, I would go for that, but if you already have a team that can peel for you fully, Purify could have been better. I think the way that the game is played here, Purify would have been the better choice for the Granger. Just because everybody was on the same page in terms of like how they want to front to back. And Dory was constantly tracking back to protect Ukir and Shive. Same goes for Cars. It was never a full dive for these frontliners. They knew what to do. It was just Onyx were better.
Would you go Purify, Arashi?
I think I would personally go Purify.
Oh, you would go Sprint though.
Sprint? Not against this team, buddy.
Okay. On the Juicin. Would you? Oh, wait, what? He went Purify. Dance.
It's when you have to kind of kite back really far. This is more about like a big moment here.
Right.
And if you want to get big moments for yourself, man, like getting a, free WDP.
Whoa.
Whoa.
You guys can grab special promos now for super fans exclusively, by the way. So if you're not a super fan, no. GoPay Games, every WDP purchase gets you 100% cashback, meaning your balance will be fully refunded. The most honest, affordable, top-up prices are always at GoPay Games. And payments are also easy and secure because you can pay directly with GoPay. Just top up at gopay.co.id/games or scan the QR code right there down below, as you can see, because you need that essential ammo for gamers to keep playing smoothly without lag and to style your opponents. So when you beat them, spam those emos that you bought in the shop, spam the recalls with your skin and your recall of choice. What's your recall?
Right, that's a technical ID horseman.
With the okay.
Yeah.
The LPH. I like that one.
The meme value, bro. It's too good.
What's your recall?
Just classic tas.
Same. Right now, I'm sticking back to Tas. It was CLPH for the longest time, dude. That was good for a while.
For a bit.
Fam Dance was also pretty good. I like that one. So if you guys want to join us in flexing on our opponents, go ahead, scan the QR code again. You get
right here.
free WDP, man.
Scan right here.
What are you waiting for? If you don't get 1 billion diamonds every month, you need WDP. Or even if you do, this is value, dude.
Yeah,
Value.
it's basically free.
The thing is,
Free. What, Gandhi?
the thing is, after that, right? What you guys can also do, if you have GoPay, you can vote your champion just like the previous seasons here, ladies and gentlemen. You can also vote for your favorite team in every MPL ID16 match through that GoPay app right there. And this season, we have more surprises / prizes. 16 electric motorbikes, 16 gaming phones up for grabs, and of course, more skins as well.
Hey. What do you get from winning? Like, what am I even, why? Why should I vote if I don't get gifts, bro?
Why are you even playing Mobile Legends if you don't vote?
There are 16 electric motorcycles, man. There are power banks, gaming phones, everything for you guys. So if you guys guess your champion, which I think now you can just go and vote on it, there's a chance, man. There's a chance. For everybody else who are voting for other teams, especially the Red Robot fans out there, all one of you, Mirko, I'm talking to you, man.
Yes, sir.
You're gonna have to wait for a while. Yeah. It's okay though. Win or lose, I have a good day. And you as well, Rashi. You always have come second, unfortunately, to this guy right here, to TLID the season before.
Yes.
But you can always have a good day to brighten up your day.
Sure, and not to mention right now, this time, you have a bonus here if you go for a good day, man. You see this code, right? You buy a Good Day Special Edition Mobile Legends from the nearest mini market or store, right? You can get a unique QR code like this behind the packaging label, and if you scan it, you can redeem the code, and you will instantly receive the diamonds or skins. Yes, just like that.
Scan it here. Use my S25 Ultra.
Exactly. So you scan it.
Okay.
Right here.
Scan it.
That's a quick tutorial for you boys and girls out there.
Open in the website.
Open. Yes, sir. And you can just collect the prizes.
Whoa!
Just like that. Just like that.
All right, so it's not that instant. You get a code.
You got a code. You just do
You punch it in, you instantly get it, man. So collect the prizes now and make your gaming moments even more GG with Good Day.
There you go.
That's GG.
Oh man.
GGG.
G. You guys can also get the, favorite flavor, the one that catered to you. If you like big power, go for the Rafaela.
power.
Yeah. If you like
Power.
If you like, what's this, fantastic mochaccino? That's Brody right there. Go and get Brody. They're all MPL skins, and you have Rafaela with a Valentine's Day skin.
Hey.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just realized that. Like the Matilda is MPL skin. Even the Franco is MPL skin. And they're like, you know what? Let's get Rafaela. She's got a.
Is there a secret message hidden there?
Oh no.
You tell me, Arashi. You tell me. You're the analyst.
Yeah.
This is beyond analysis, bro.
Yeah.
It's hidden.
All the English casters love Rafaela. 5 out of 6 of us love him for the same. Love Rafaela for the same reason.
Yeah.
2 reasons.
2 very important reasons.
Yeah. The healing and the revive.
That's a good point.
So let's talk about what Navi should do next game, boys. Should they, well, obviously, but do they want to stick to their plan? Because it does look like the plan worked, their draft was pretty solid. They had that mid-control, they had Turtle 1, they had early game all the way to the Evolve Lord, unfortunately. That turned things around.
Okay. The question is, did they choke or Onyx just outplayed
I
it?
think Onyx outplayed, but
There's a bit of both. There's a bit of both. But I think it's more so on Onyx outplaying. But honestly, I'm not like a pro player. Maybe I'm presumptuous to assume here. But I feel like Shive and Ukir were really pushing really forward. Considering that their win condition is literally protect the back line, I feel like there could be a more defensive posture for them in the team fights if they knew that was the win condition. That's like the minor thing that was kind of bugging me for the most part. But in the end, against a lesser team, it still would have worked out. It's just that Onyx just built differently. What are you smiling at, guy?
he's a Sonic, man.
He's like, yes, go on, go on.
He's a Sonic. What is it, 6-0?
Music to my ears.
This will be 6-0, right?
This will be, well, if they
If
win.
they win, it'll be 6?
Yes.
Okay.
And that
Don't back out on the confidence now, guy.
No, I'm just letting you glaze on my team, and I'll just sit. I'm the balancer in this set.
He's actually so balanced that he supports Onyx and Arsenal. So he has both, a winning team and a garbage team on the other side. But it's all good. And, you guys, hey man, this the comment section is just all Sonics, bro. Look at them. They're just doing the meme. They're doing the emote.
Oh, dude.
And hey guys,
Arashi, do it again, please.
I don't think I will.
but guys, you gotta listen to Kai. Last time he was asked, why aren't you doing the emote? It's because Ultra Ego were nice.
I see.
So, are Navi nice? Will Kyrie do the emote? We'll see later, Maybe yes, maybe no.
So it's like ancient gladiator days when the audience can make a symbol to show if they are.
Oh yeah, now you could just go and emote. Hey, Unk W or W Unk in the back there.
Wonk.
Is chilling. Wonk. The rest of the team as well does look like they're just chilling here. Look, P. And the main man keep. Oh, was that Raja Yema?
I think he was there, yeah.
No!
In the building.
He's in the building, Baba Yema. You gotta say hi to him later in backstage. Aldo and the whole team backstage. Looks like they're chilling, man. They're chilling. They're looking confident. Shive, few mistakes here and there. He looked really good at the start, but then towards the end, a few of those little mechanical problems, not swapping the items fast enough.
Was it was it nervous maybe? Was it like the stakes are like,
That's why
close?
playing on stage is so different, right? And also we get cleaner games while on stage. Online, it was just super disappointing. All of them it looked like they all got to play ranked, and then we live streamed it basically, right? They just had no discipline. They were like, all right, let's go. It's online. On stage, they feel the pressure. Like, we gotta play clean. We gotta be calculated. We gotta outsmart them. That's why I love stage.
It's a mental framing bit, right? Because they probably play and scrim and play ranked in the same room, same environment, right? So when they're there, they can get kind of carried away by the atmosphere. Same thing happens on stage, man. It's different.
Okay. So let's see right now if Navi are able to do it. Jack Lee and Aldo got a whole lot to do, or maybe not a lot to do at all. Maybe they just go and stick with the same plan. First pick, and it's the same win rate on first pick and second pick.
Oh, they're giving Onyx their comfort side.
Isn't there comfort? With Yeb it was.
Oh,
Blue side is a
Oh.
Wait, did they lose on blue side? Let's take a look. Hold up.
Hold
Let's see.
on. Let's confirm.
Confirm, because as far as I know, maybe the Ultra Ego loss was on blue, huh? Oh no, yeah, it is blue side 100%. So that's Correct. So with Adi and Unk W, it's not like the Yeb red side, man. It's different.
I'm technically still
W is
5%
so funny.
still, though.
What?
It's just a game loss, though.
It is just a
Technically.
game loss.
Yeah, but that rate is for game win loss, God. It's not match win loss on the first pick selection.
So red side, sometimes they disrespect their opponents. They let Arlet go on Nino, and then they just get demolished. And on blue side, they're like, let's take the Arlet. Yeah. So let's see if they're gonna give Cars the Arlet. The machine was a machine in game 1.
Yeah, he was doing well, but
It was more just Cars, not Cars 2 in game 1,
right,
It's a good one,
exactly.
yeah.
But this, looking at the timing of it, it should be Cars 2 here in game 2, right?
No, you never want to go Cars 2, man. It's like
Exactly.
the worst Pixar movie.
Yeah, they do not want it. So we're gonna break the pattern here and just skip over to Cars something else.
Or something else.
Cars 3 was pretty good.
Cars 3?
Yeah, so maybe he needs to just go Cars 3.
Was that the one in London?
No, that's Cars 2.
Oh.
Do you want to wait for Cars the live action?
Wait, now I'm confused, but let's just dive into the draft here, Navi. What will Cars play? The Phobies gets banned out again, so Navi this time have their sights on the Arlet. Onic, Baksha, and Wan ban Navi.
Uh-oh.
Did they stick to the same plan, which was they banned the Harith, actually. They take away a hero that Onic took away on blue side. So Navi have a chance now to go Lancelot or Ju Sin. What would you go for? Well, depending on Onic ban.
I don't know what Onic bans right here. I feel like EXP lane is still like the lane you want to kind of look at, right? With the setup being so important for both lanes there, this will let me have a bit of struggle because Kairos was doing pretty well, but at least initially. So I think there's going to be ice there, but mid lane as well. It was what Onic prioritized in game number 1. I think Navi can kind of take a page out of their book.
Okay. Big question mark on Navi. Do you go for the first pick, Jusin, set up for the Arlet pick, or do you go for the Lancelot? The pick that we are used to seeing for and Doryu. Oh, in a way, I like it because they're just going to go and lean onto proper fundamentals with the Jusin. But giving Kyrie a Lancelot has never really been a solid strat for anyone, and I don't think he's going to hesitate here. Should be the Lancelot for Onyx. Together with what, though?
I don't think they might go for the Yi Sun Shin still. It's a bit more flexible, right? It's both a marksman and an assassin. Technically, it's one of the factors that allowed Onyx to win in the previous game. Depends on how they want to play this, right? If they want to try and be aggressive and shut down this Chushin pick, they can kind of assume Navi's going to try and go all in and want to have more outplay potential. Barca, Lancelot, it is signature hero for Sans as well. So, oh boy, the setup is something that Navi needs to be very aware about.
So I would just go for Arlet Kalea first here, right? Secure the mid prio. You already have the Arlet. You have crazy CC to deal to combo with the Arlet. And then Onyx ended the draft off with a... Did they go Ranger? I think it's a bit too greedy with Lance on the far side. Maybe they go for a safer choice like a Moskov Claude. Or they go for more lock. Oh, it's a Haya. So it is not going to be Kalea this time around, leaving Onyx to actually have a chance to snatch that away. And it will be Lapu Lapu instead. Trying to bypass the CC and go through the vengeance stacks with anti-CC of Lapu Lapu.
Certainly interesting. Navi, again, they're kind of set up for a full-on dive as well. So technically, we've seen Lapu Lapus get kind of kited away from. This time, if it's going to be a brawl, quite literally, with the Lancelot and Lapu Lapu, Onyx have a lot of opportunities here. And we already know how Sans performs in the Farsa. It's a long-distance artillery, but Sans gets up close and personal sometimes. So this is working out quite nicely.
Hylos ban again for Onyx this time. Okay. So they're the ones now thinking that Navi will go for those beefy boys, knowing that there's technically no front line for Navi yet. Navi take away the Kalea. Yes, they do. Next up,
Or the Rock, I think, can be a possible ban unless Sonic wants Rock.
too much mobility already, Navi, to actually respect the Grog. Because it doesn't look like the Grog should be a problem for this lineup, right? I don't know. 7 games, by the way. This is the guy with 100% win rate. Savero and all the other Onyx members have actually lost together once against Alter Ego game 1. And it was up against an Arlet, so Na'Vi have the tools that Alter Ego did.
Let's do the catch. Onyx off guard. Put the foot on the other shoe. Right now, 10 seconds to go here. Onyx taking their time with this one.
Yeah. Thinking of whether to ban the...
Wow.
Alright.
So they think that the Arlet can still be flexed into Rome. Not a big fan of that, but alright.
We haven't seen the Rome Arlet in a long, long time, dude.
Last time I saw it, it was Keyboy against Liquid Philippines, game 3.
So with this, Na'Vi, will they ban another roamer, or will they somehow apply pressure towards the goal lane, right? Limit 1. Because Claude can also make another attacker. Instead, they will remove the Grok. So as expected, technically.
Yeah. Taking away the heroes of Keyboy. Not only kind of tough. They'll go for the Gata Kancha. That's why they didn't ban it. There you go. Taking it away from Na'Vi, and now Na'Vi have to make a move. What will it be? There's not really a lot of tanks left. They've banned themselves into a corner.
Exactly. Not a lot of times they can kind of follow up with what they want to be doing, right? Khalid, mid-pressure here. Tushin Khalid. Looking good. Along with that, though, the gold lane against all of this dive.
To be Moscow, right?
Something that has kite ability and self-heal, that would be great, yeah. Especially against Kyrie's assassin, right? Carries Lancelot. If it's not the Moskov,
Claude or Moscow. Huh? Bruno is pretty
Granger
solid too. This is one of the comps that I would not want to go up against with the Granger. So, it's the Bruno for Shive. Last pick for Onyx against the Bruno. What does Skylar want? Moskov is the same choice. The Granger? Wow.
Taking a bigger risk.
Yeah. Wow. That is a big risk. Because Granger, Farsa, they're playing a front to back, but with a different take on the front to back. It's aggression is the best defense, right? Offense, best defense type of deal. They'll have a Lancelot and a Lapu Lapu to just dive onto Na'Vi to get Farsa and Granger space.
I think this is just like a pick-off dive type, it's like a pick-off poke type of deal. If they can kind of maintain their distance, whittle down the HP bars of Na'Vi, and then go for a big engage, this composition works. But they don't have a lot of short cooldown engage tools. So again, they are going to be playing reactively here, it seems like, from the draft at least.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think the big concern for Na'Vi is the fact that they have given the god in the jungle, the hero that he has made the most amount of highlight plays with. It's Kyrie on a Lancelot as we dive into the Land of Dawn. Can Na'Vi deal with it?
Welcome.
Game 2, folks, and let's see. Will Onyx go 6-0 after this game, or perhaps we might see a game 3? Land of Dawn, here we go.
See how this one goes, man. The fan base definitely seems enthusiastic from Onyx side. But with Afro on the lead, it should be a strong early game mid-control type deal from Na'Vi. But what are they going to try and do with it? That's the question here. I think if they do have a good prio, then Andoryu is one that has to be a bit more active to try and take advantage of it.
Okay. Early aggression there from Apro. Emblems by GameSmax here, Rash.
Tenacity for Ukir, so not really as mobility driven as Sans was earlier, but more brawling presence.
Oh, that's already a pressure. Gotta be careful. Quick send guard. Ooh, my bad. That's Onyx just slowly but surely already applying pressure in that mid lane.
Yeah, that's why you gotta be careful in the mid lane, man. Whenever you're up against a Lancelot, right? Especially Kyrie's Lancelot. Oh, that hurt. Flicker already early on the Khalid.
And you saw the moves there from Kyrie. He was ready for the reactions. He had the plan Bs in line. This is a hero he is very comfortable on. Just like that, with a bit of the pressure, you can see Onyx trying to find something, right, to set up for some kind of gank, some kind of prio on the EXP lane as well, to set up for the next neutral objective, perhaps.
Yeah. Okay. Wings by wings.
Cars.
Want cars. Quick burn already. Man! Quick first blood there. Yellow Hurricanes on the board early.
Yeah, you can already see maybe a bit of tilt from game number 1. Doesn't look like they're communicating as cleanly as they did game 1. Those little ganks could have been prevented with just MIA mid, be careful, XP. And now it's on it with full control over Turtle 1.
Reaver Spider. Invested. That's Andoryu finding an angle. Shadow Cat.
Oh!
Great seal on that turtle. Now on it, do they want compensation? Seems like no angle. So yeah, they just gotta take the big L this time round.
Andor who? Andor you, Red Tree. Wow, clean.
That was a bold move and it really worked out, man. Great showing there from Andoryu. Again, on the Hayabusa, there are some aspects where he will excel more than the Lancelot in. Oh, back there with the steal though. Again, especially in the gold thing here, that's a bit more even. I feel like Navi want to try and do something more. If they can get Shive a bit more hit here, this is a hero that does well with gold, this Bruno.
Really, really good. And again, one of the main advantages of the Granger is you almost have full control on the gold crab, and Doryu actually gets a shadow down. Suns.
No mana.
Okay. He'll be safe. Kiboy was already channeling in the taunt. But yeah, big advantage of Granger is usually you get easy control of gold crab. So you want to have your roamer as much as possible dive into the bottom lane or gank into the bottom lane to secure the gold crab. Doesn't even matter if, you know, Bruno doesn't get it, as long as it's not on Skylar, the Granger.
Yeah, the quick items right here. Again, early on here, there seems to be a lot of prio in getting a bit more damage, but Shibe building towards the Has Claws here is going to be able to kind of take short trades and already be bullied out. And Doryu though?
Oh, Skylar quite vulnerable here. 2v1, 2v2.
Oh,
wow. Is able to get away this time around. Still just a kill on the board here. Almost 4 minutes of game time.
Yeah, in a way, it's good because he baited Flicker, but as a gold laner, man, that gold crab.
gold crab difference. Andoryu though, whoa.
Oh, let's see a 1v1 action here. Luffy is around though. That's the last shadow Andoryu can use. That's going to be a free purple buff. Cars in the mix, looking for us opening. That's Kyrie's top. And that will be Kyrie taken down.
Whoa.
Now Luffy.
Oh!
Big final slash. Cars though is in a peculiar positioning. Is able to find the outplay. Cars, the machine.
Oh, he's definitely not Cars 2, man. This is Cars 3.
Be careful again. But yeah, it's the equalizer there. Navi actually was able to get the win, and they even collect the farm in the mid. All of the gold. Shadow kill! And Goryu locking Tyler down. Good night.
It's one thing to kill and assassinate the superstar in the gold lane. It's a whole other thing. Recalling on his corpse. Navi, you're feeling it. Coach Aldo, special message. I never want to see Cars on a non-aggressive hero ever again. Get rid of the Uranus Esmeraldas. Put him on the Arlets, Ediths, and the Lapus again, man. Oh, Lord.
Look at the pressure immediately. Navi go into the jungles and they get all the gold in the mid turret, and then they go for the bottom turret as well. Dude, that's a big swing in momentum here. Navi definitely have more control here. Onyx already forced to play a bit more reactively, be on the back foot. And remember, there's a lot of mobility built in because Afro is on at Khalid. So Onyx, what's the move here? They might want to wait for the next neutral objective, but that means that Skylar won't really be able to farm here. Look at the lanes. Nowhere is safe.
Nope. Nowhere is safe. Kai is still trying to brute force his way into the jungle, though. Last time he did it, it costed him and the whole team the lead. They gotta start respecting Navi. Like, they're not the 0-16 Navi that we saw from last season. He can't be, getting away with these kind of aggressive moves, man.
You can expect no response from your opponents, but look at Afro. Is he gonna set up for some kind of harassment, or it's just denying the gold crab?
Gets it too. You gotta deny it as much as possible, man. It's the only way Granger can come back. It's usually the way that Grangers are able to hold on the lead despite losing to the enemy team early, despite your team being the losing team. Again, look at the position of Doryu. Skylar compromised again. Oh, position Suns!
Now good. Again, just shadow kill quickly invested, and look, was very peculiar position. And Doryu has a shadow to take Sun down. Skylar funds a redemption though, taking a member down. That's a 2-for-1. That's a big knockup. Great. Battle execution perhaps soon. And Doryu gets a killing spree, and that will be the end of that mid base. Turret as well. Navi takes tier 1. Onyx dismantled.
Dude, Navi go for the fight. Andori was so good on his Hayabusa, man. He went for the shadow kill because he had the shadow on the Suns. And afterwards, Suns escaped with his life, but he came in with that shadow to finish the business. Great show of mechanics and great call from Navi there.
Oh, Skylar.
Oh no!
Oh no, a little bit too naive perhaps. Andorio
The read.
is just beautiful in this game. So sharp and so efficient. And you know, again, they were down 2K gold 2 minutes ago. Navi doubled their lead just a couple of minutes.
And the confidence is off the charts. And Doryu has bought a Sky Piercer on Hayabusa in MPL. We don't usually see this, even when Hayabusa was up there in terms of prio. We don't see the Sky Piercer, so he is very, very confident right now, which kind of needs to be. 4-0-2, got a kill on Skylar and Sans constantly. Massive value. Really good mechanics too. Well, just the composure. Use skill 2 instantly to the ultimate. Wants to use the second part of skill 2 in case Skylar flickers.
Oh man, Andori, you're trying to equal the score.
A level above there of Kyrie. Rarely do we see this, folks. Kyrie is a level down. Yeah, we expected a PH jungler showdown when we get it.
So far, Andori definitely is doing better.
That's a bit too much though, right? 2 Skype? Well, they are in the lead, Rashi, but 2? I thought it was just Andoryu.
It's not ideal, but maybe they want to have a bit more threat from that mid lane, right? Because otherwise, that Sushin is going to end up being more of a utility bot. Now, at least, there's that threat of the execute coming through. That could be the idea. But so far, Kyrie, he's behind, but he's actually trying to maintain a good amount of farm. He's been able to invade into Navi's jungle, try and steal some camps under Andoryu's nose. But now, again, Navi has set up the front line. They have the pressure, and they've set up the far side as well. Everything set up for this next Lord take. What's the response here from Onyx?
Okay. The response is they just want to go for the brute force. They got to be careful here. Again, 4,500 gold lead for Navi. So, taking a big amount of damage.
Yeah, off HP, not ideal. Onyx, another strike invested. That's going to be the Lord taking it down. With the flicker, Raging Sandstorm doesn't really quite find the connection though. Luke B flickers out. Luke here, very aggressive. And that will be the end of B-Boy and Luke B. It's going to be a 5v3. And now B getting all the neutral objectives on the board. Kai will be able to get his purple, but just pressure and control is for Navi.
Car still has flicker. Skylar and Sans will have to read it out. Quad Shadow!
Oh no, towards the back! The cancellation of Sans with the combination. That's a dual Celebes going work.
And that's where the Sky Piercer buy loses its value. You get shut down. Not only do you give a massive bounty to Skylar, you get a Sky Piercer sack to him, and you lose your own. Oh, way too aggressive. Overheating, and Doryu is here on the Hayabusa. It's still good by like all the metrics. It's still a Navi win, but you don't want to be giving away these shutdowns, especially to Onyx, especially after seeing game 1, dude.
Especially to Skylar as well. He is one of the main carries in the late game there as well. And you have to understand, even if you're a mobile assassin, when you're up against Sans on the far side,
When you don't have Shadow Kill, calm down.
exactly, you gotta be careful, man, because this guy, he will turn it on you despite being a mage against an assassin. That's the kind of illogical theory that Sans operates on.
Yeah.
He's on the rapid boots as well, by the way. He's trying to move fast, trying to get places.
It's all about the movement, man. He's a pace merchant in this game. I don't want to win against the roamer. It's not a lot of damage. Oh. Ooh. Okay, it's all chill. It's all chill. Kalma. Everybody just calm down.
Kalma.
Apro.
Let's see. Oh, that's a big final slash. Oh, to the back. That's going to be Tyler. Wind of Nature is there. Andorio! So clean with it. Finds the connection and takes Tyler down. Now it's a 5v3. Navi for Navi. Will they go for more? It seems like no angles, so they will back away. 50 seconds for that Lord.
Says, nah, I'm gonna keep that same energy, man. What? Too aggressive. What? If I'm good enough, I can do whatever I want. That's the ego coming in and not me. Are knocking at the doors.
Oh my goodness. Two-man finals last. Keep going, taken down. Battle kill. Oh, one. Again and again, Andorio was able to find a clean connection now. They defend with Sans and Skylar and Kai. Seems like they will be able to defend base turret bottom. But that is just Sonic again. Struggling to find wins.
We got lore accurate Kakashi showing Onyx the real levels of stupid power scaling that is in Naruto right now, bro. Endoryu is popping off.
You can see the respect from Onyx. It's not just Endoryu doing well in getting the Sky Piercer stacks and assassinating the backline. It means Shiva has a lot more space as well. Onyx cannot deal with this. They go and let go of the Lord Navi, extending the lead even more. Despite not having a siege composition, they are turning things up, using this Hayabusa pick to threaten Onyx inside their own base.
He's got that true gambler's mentality, man. It's like, hey, the Sky Piercer stacks will keep on coming. I don't care. As long as I go in,
I will double down.
double down. Double Sky Piercer too. Doubling down on that. I don't think Ukir does he even have a Sky Piercer style? I know he has 2 kills.
I don't think so.
But I think it was before he bought Sky Piercer. Oh.
No,
Kai's
that's not the one to smoke, dude.
No, definitely not, man. Like, he's so far behind, 2K behind. Gonna get a few good shots onto the Lord, though.
I'm down for a game 3, folks. Let's see if this time around Navi
Afro?
is able to close this one out. Now mid will be taken down here. Onyx will play it slow. They will try to defend their bottom base turret, though. Already 4 or 5 members of Navi committed to that lane. Seems like Onyx great defense. Another wave is coming, though, in that mid. Navi, do they pull the trigger? I don't think they should.
Just trying to stick around long enough to take out the bottom base turret. And again, there's so much threat, so much pressure. Oh, better airstrike.
That's the final flash, though, for the right strike towards the bottom side. That's Afro jumping again. The car is taken down. And shadow kill. That's a lot of damage, though, on towards Oak here. Gato Tata, not an ideal AOG, and they will reposition. Andoryu! The killer instinct in him is just on point, and that will be Sans taken down.
Dude,
Somebody stop him.
I'm glad.
Somebody stop him.
I'm glad he got the kill on Sans because if Endoryu!
That'll kill! 1v1. Kai kneels this time around to Andoryu.
Endoryu's just him. What the heck? The vision! Constantly getting picks out. Skylar has to play behind Keyboy. It is a dominant display on the Hayabusa. I was about to say, I'm glad he got the kill on Sans because early in the fight, he got the shadow kill on minions. But I guess he doesn't need shadow kill. But he gets it back up to assassinate Kyrie to get full stacks on the Sky Piercer.
Dude, it's up so fast, man. He's using it almost off cooldown immediately. And he is just putting pressure onto Onyx again and again. We haven't seen a performance that, where we see the jungler force out and respect that. This might be one of them, dude. In the modern era.
Oh, man. Onyx around the back foot. Mossy base turret down below. They wanted to keep that up. They tried their best to. But Endoryu says otherwise. 86%, we've seen this before. It was 83% last game. To Navi for AI prediction, presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy S25 series. And then it all turned around. Afro.
We're looking out of position there. He just has some for the first time in this game was used defensively. Onyx trying to claim more grounds. Kyrie in the Lord. Seems like both teams will reposition. And especially Navi, they will definitely take it slow. Andoryu, though, looks for a cheeky opening there. Can't really find it. So, yeah, Navi, they know that they have the bottom lane, so they will take this slow as possible.
They don't have the same kind of regen they had in the previous game, but they have enough. Oh, final slash, that's not a land.
I'd say clear, lower take. Keyboy AOG before.
Oh!
That's sold! You sleep, you lose.
Over here. Okay.
Keyboy down for 30. That's gonna be okay. It's the Andor you show.
It really is. 11-1 and 4. We know who exactly will take game MVP for sure, but they gotta close it out. The question is, can they close it out? They've done so well up to this point. They have a Lord in the mid lane, a wave up top as well to crash it together. The bottom wave dealt with by Andoryu. 3 waves coming down on Onyx.
And there's no solution, no quick crowd control to stop the members of Na'Vi. It's gonna be down to just damage output and positioning.
I don't think they can defend this time. Let's see. The fire damage profile is just too much. Na'Vi now looking for the end. Lord taken care of off row with a great job. Ladies and gentlemen, Onyx, they might lose this one. Keyboy in the front. AO towards the back end. We will have a game 3. And Doryu does it. And Doryu with his best performance in Indonesia to date against Onyx of all teams. The Kings can bleed, and they have bled today. Na'Vi shows us that it's not just going to be Alter Ego who takes the game off of Onyx. It'll be Na'Vi too, and the way they did it was impressive. An ego build that worked.
Dude, we've seen dominant Hayabusas before, but I don't think we've seen anything quite like that. Remember, this is against Onyx, and it wasn't that Onyx wasn't performing. You saw Sans catch him. You saw Kyrie try and punish his plays, but it doesn't matter.
And again, we gotta go back to what we said at the draft. Me and Arashi, seeing that Granger, it was like, oh man, dude, it's so risky to have a Forza and a Granger against this composition. And it ultimately came true. The snowball happened, and Doryu got Sky Piercer, and Doryu all over the place.
At that point, that was it, man.
He really was over the place.
He lost stacks, and he's like, hey, give it back real quick. Let me borrow a stack, and just takes it away from Onyx, dude.
Crazy.
I'm so impressed right now.
This is why.
The whole game, me and Mirko were like, oh! Even if we weren't talking, we're like, dude. Man,
We love to see it, man. We love to see it.
that's crazy.
We love to see Na'Vi finally reaching that form, and this guy getting humbled.
I mean, hey, it happened last week. You know, Alter Ego won Forza Game 3. It doesn't really matter.
I agree, though. I mean, a bit of that was also the respect that was just not there. Again, picking it against an Arnold Hayabusa is kind of crazy. Granger first, Onyx got to learn from this. Like, yes, they do have the championship on hold. Does look like it's already theirs, but not with this. Not with the way they played here.
So was Andoryu just, Andoryu over the place, or was Onyx draft just not, equipped to deal with such an assassin? Because I think it's both, and as always, it's a safe answer. But the way he was playing this Hayabusa is just so much more dynamic. Again, at least in this season and last season, we've seen flashy Hayabusas. This was different, man.
Yeah.
He was a threat even before the shadow kills.
Early on, we thought it might be a car show with the outplay on Sans and the rest of the team, but then we clearly saw whose show was gonna be. And Dory was like, nah, no one's gonna steal the spotlight from me. Ukir, though, and the rest of the team, yes, it was the Andoryu show, but the whole team was there.
There supporting him, man. It was so beautiful. Ukir with the Crimson Beacon forward, getting those pickoffs, and Apro always being the man who engages first and leaves them open to a Cars final slash, to then getting Andoryu all those sacks. Arashi, walk us through the highlights, because it looked good for Onyx early.
Yeah, they're able to use that superior mobility and the setups to really get an advantage. But once the power spike starts hitting for Andoryu, right, that's where I think Na'Vi needed to turn it around. This initial play was all cars, though. So I think it's really fair to say it's a full team performance yet again. Oh man, the kill right there. 1v3, basically. This was the first signs where we're like, oh, hang on a second. Man's cooking, hang on a second. And you can see that despite not having a front line, it doesn't matter because there's so much damage available for the outside of Navi, and they don't set up for big team fights, right? All they're setting up to is zoning, is spotting away the members of Onyx, and when the damage comes through and Onyx get low enough, that's where Andoryu jumps in. And if Onyx don't really oblige them and try to control ground, then Andoryu hunts for them in the base. Scarlet has a Wind of Nature here. It doesn't matter. He played around the Wind of Nature, dude. The item that should shut down the Hayabusa was a non-factor.
And that's why, Rashi, I had to give props back to Cars, to Afro, because they baited it initially. And man, when it was Cars who engaged first, it was Afro in the follow-up. This is the moment I was talking about, the shadow kill into minions. Unfortunate, but then he did this, so it was like, all right, that's redemption. And he did this. So it was like, hey, double down. What you gonna say? What you gonna say about the shadow kill not landing? And Cars, the final slash missed there, but he got redemption instantly. It was actually more of a zoning ult too, you know, in case Onyx made a move. And then it was just clean. The shadow kill here forced Kyrie back, cleared the entire wave, and got Navi into a position where they could just go for the end, and they did. This time the A prediction came through, you know? After last game, a lot of people were like, oh my god, what's going on with the A prediction? 83%, ha ha ha.
Andoryu got one death though, so like, you know, he's garbage.
Yeah,
Like Kyrie had 0 deaths, bro. Like, come on.
I know he has 3, so.
No, he was before. You know what I'm saying?
Alright.
So there's that. That's what some Coopers might mention out here. But man, it really seemed like Onyx, despite Navi did great here, but like you mentioned, Mirko, the draft from Onyx, no real source of crowd control to spam out. They have the gotta catch a taunt, but that's really about it. Every other stun comes through from, you know, Sans moving up. It comes through from Lutpi using the bravest fighter. So you're trying to go against a team with an Arlet, a Hayabusa, and to a degree a Bruno as well. And all these heroes generally need to be kind of controlled in a fight, because if you leave them alone, the damage output, the mobility is just too much. And they saw the Arlet and the Hayabusa very, very early on, and they said, you know what, it'll be fine. They went for the Gato, I guess, afterwards, but that's one of the only options they had, and it just was not adequate, man.
It wasn't enough. It really wasn't enough. And, you know, credit to Navi for, I think, they have really refined their performance from game 1. They were able to stay disciplined, you know, be more decisive, especially towards that late game. Andoryu, you know, I think was just their main vocal point, right? Being so decisive, being, you know, taking a risk, but also with calculations.
Like too many risks.
Sometimes, you know, when it's that day, sir.
Yeah. Well, right now, we have a lot of questions.
1-1.
It's 1-1. Will Onyx finally lose? Their win streak looking really good. Today, I don't think anyone predicted.
Navi doing it?
Exactly. I don't think anyone predicted this outcome to happen. Not even me. Like that 2-0 prediction from Navi, I actually predicted Onyx. But hey, thank you, production. You know, at least now it's 1-1. I'll take credit.
Man. So, Guy, respect Ben on the Hayabusa, yeah or nay?
Yeah, I think they gotta deny. They gotta deny the Hayabusa.
But they got Lance. Let's see what he